Hello, Get to the Roots Extras listeners. I recently completed, with only about 4 hours to spare, my Get to the Roots, actually like 5 hours. What time is it? Where am I? My Get to the Roots for this week for Radio St. Pete. And my good friend Fiona Frensche, who's been on Get to the Roots Extras and Get to the Roots before, joined me from all the way across the ocean in Nice, France, where it's very, very hot right now. A lot of buildings don't have AC. She's doing these fantastic walking tours. I know I've shared this here before, but we had to figure out TripAdvisor shortly before she left, and because the website wasn't working, and she wanted to make sure she had these tours available to people while she did her stuff over there. She wasn't just gigging. She's going to give her own tours, too, that combine music and landmarks and information and fun. And we could not get that darn TripAdvisor website to work. And then cut to like 2 hours later, where we've got her tablet, my laptop open, and we're just like screaming in my kitchen. I'm like, yes! Because we finally got to work, and it was the most joyful experience I've had in a long time. Finally getting this silly technology to work. I've had some other joyful experiences about lately, working on Alexis's podcast, ABC's You, which is something I'll talk about in an upcoming episode of Get to the Roots Extras. But up next, I want to share with you the interview that I did for my show, my radio show this weekend today. And I'm not going to be able to have the parts where I talked cut in. Like, I could just put the files in next and but you'd hear me like introducing songs and teeing Fiona up, because I did change the order of her interviews a little bit. But I'd rather share with you the full, raw, uncut version of the two pieces of interviews that she did for Get to the Roots. Here on Get to the Roots Extras, you're going to hear about everything that I just talked about, but also a little bit about this festival that went on this past Father's Day. So thank you so much today for joining us, Fiona Frensche, here on Get to the Roots Extras, and thank you for taking part in my radio show this week.
Coucou, bonjour, Stephanie. It's so great to be on Get to the Roots. I'm sending all kinds of energy from old Nice, France to St. Petersburg, downtown St. Pete. Stephanie, it's great to hear your voice. How do I start? Well, I'm settled in the heart of Old Nice on the oldest street in Nice, and the oldest street is called Rue Droite, or Rue straight ahead, Droite, right. It's right ahead. And this place it's like living in the West Village, in the West Village of New York in the 80s. It's super, super historical. Everywhere you look, there's a building. Like next door, there's Palais Lacarie, which is an estate that was built by an Italian family, last name being Lacarie, and they came over from Italy. And they made this chateau, if you will, but it's extraordinary. And that place is sitting right next to me. The steps that I climb, the 5 flights I climbed to my Airbnb, is actually the structure of my building I'm staying in is connected to the Palais Lacarie. All right, fast forward. What's been happening? Okay, fast forward to what's been going on, what I've been doing. On Sunday, La Fête de Musique. It's a huge France tradition, and it's kind of like our downtown St. Pete porch concerts, but it's countrywide. So in the entire country of France, you have people that are singing, everything from professionals to amateurs, who sing on the streets, sing in the restaurants. I was situated in a place called Roquebrune. It's Roquebrune, Roquebrune, which is a medieval town. It's situated right above the Mediterranean in the French Riviera, right next to right next to Monaco, and it's next to Menton, which is the last little village before Italy. Anyway, it was magical. We are suffering an incredible heat wave here. So let me just tell you this. Most buildings do not have air conditioning. No air conditioning. Most restaurants do not have air conditioning. If a monument or a building is called historical, it's officially historical, it does not have to have an elevator. So it's been one of the best reasons I love coming here is that the public transportation is incredible. So my first TripAdvisor tour is coming up, and I do tell the people, it's an hour tour. We're going to be walking, and I try my best to exclude like inclines and declines and all of that. But I will tell you this, I rehearsed it twice, and it's not like walking on flat Florida sand or streets. It makes you very aware of your of your health and or your lack of health regarding walking. So I'm sure the heat doesn't help either. Anyway, the TripAdvisor tour is, if you don't know, it takes our iconic singers such as Gaga, Madonna, and Blondie, Chrissy Hines, Emily in Paris, Ashley Parks from Emily in Paris, Ashley Park, and it describes how they have been influenced by iconic singers in France, such as Françoise Hardy, Brigitte Bardot, of course, Edith Piaf, Josephine Baker. It seems as though every singer, if they if they're singing for more than a year or two, they are sooner or later going to be exploring La Bien Rose or any one of a number of fabulous French songs. So that's my tour. And as I said, I have one coming up on TripAdvisor, and then I have two coming up on Airbnb, and they all start right outside my door. I meet people at Palais Lacarie, and we walk and I sing. And I did one, and it was glorious because basically people start singing with me. And it's lovely. So that's my update, but I will catch up with you next week to tell you how the other gigs go that are not the tours. They are gigs with other people. And I have a French friend, Penny Mac, she's actually English, but she lives in Nice. She's a brilliant singer and songwriter, and she performs. And that's who I performed with in Roquebrune. But I'll catch you up on that next week. For now, it's thank you for tuning in to Get to the Roots. Thank you, Stephanie. And Stephanie did recreate and produce and direct a video of the song Brigitte Bardot sings called Harley Davidson. And if you want to see that video, it's up and running, or hear the song, it's on all your streaming platforms. So, au revoir, à plus tard, bisous, bisous. This is Fiona signing off from Nice, France.
Awesome. Yes, it was so fun doing that music video last year. And we're going to have another one this year. I'm not sure what we're doing yet. We've gone back and forth on it. But hopefully we will have another music video put together this year for Miss Fiona Frensche with stuff from her beautiful trip abroad. I can't talk today. Jeez, you guys, why are you listening? No, just kidding. I hope that you enjoyed that segment by Fiona. She is on Rick Crandall's music from Tampa Bay on Radio St. Pete. I believe that's what it's called. It's on Wednesdays, I believe at 8 p.m. The schedule is on radiostpete.com. She did have her own hour show for a while, Woman of Song on Radio St. Pete, and she did that for a few years, and that's how we became friends. And it was just so cool to work. It's always so cool to work with Fiona, and just the fact that she's willing to come talk to you guys and come talk to the radio listeners when she's abroad. I just love that so much. And I hope that you found it as interesting as I do. Like, I just love how she's mixing the singing and the songs with the tour. I just think that's so neat. It's so much more exciting than just like, and here is this, and here is that. It kind of livens it up and wakes it up a little bit. And also, I had no idea that there's this, although I should have known, like, this seems expected now hearing about, but just a countrywide music celebration on Father's Day this year. That's beautiful. But that seems like such a lovely French thing to do, doesn't it, guys? Anyway, thank you for tuning in to Get to the Roots today. Get to the Roots extras today, excuse me. Most of this interview, actually more than just this interview, is on my show today on Get to the Roots, because I had a couple other little clips to add in. from her helping me sing happy birthday to a couple musicians on Radio St. Pete and myself included, because yesterday was my birthday. And also I'm just saying hello and a couple other things. But that was the bulk of the interview. And I hope that you liked it. I just hope that you did. So I told you I'd get some more people on the podcast soon. And hopefully we'll have Lisa Lytle up next. Probably not next week, the week after. And then hopefully we'll get the check-in from Fiona. So if we do, I'll make sure to upload that up on the podcast channel as well for you. All right, you have the beautiful, great day. If you're in Florida, don't go outside. It is so hot. Oh my God, it's so hot every day. It's like so hot. That's why my brain is just like, "Bleh." All right. Thank you. Bye.